TruCrime Cafe. Kicking the door, peel back the day. Seeking that truth, only do it his way. Notes on the napkin, red string on the case. Looking for justice, can't see it real clear. Screens full of static, but the trail's right here, pointing at the weirdness. Zoom, don't blink, hey, look, it's right there. You closer than you think. Yeah! Serve it up hot at the TruCrime Cafe. Breaking down the crazy, put the lies on the tray. Making sense of the cray. Say what you feel. We shut down the bullshit. Don't give it no wheels. Yeah. Serve it up hot at the TruCrime Cafe. Sip on the facts, let the fog burn away. Truth in the cup, take a taste, that's the deal. We shut down the bullshit. Don't give it no wheels. No wheels. Yeah, no wheels. Mic on the counter, files on the floor. Walk me through the timeline, then we ask once more. Side-eyeing every story, every hole, every gap. If the glove don't fit, then we redraw the map. From the cold case corners to the heat of the stand, he break it all down, so you finally understand. Clock on the wall, but the grind don't stop. Justice ain't blind, it just been cropped. Serve it up hot at the TruCrime Cafe. TruCrime, breaking down the crazy. Put the lies on the tray. Making sense of the cray. Say what you feel. We shut down the bullshit. Don't give it no wheels. Serve it up hot at the TruCrime Cafe. Sip on the facts, let the fog burn away. Truth in the cup, take a taste, that's the deal. We shut down the bullshit. Don't give it no wheels. Here we go. Yeah. Rolling up on the scene. Dago's got that stare red light on the screen. Pouring up truth every damn day. Names, faces, dates, we don't look away. Pin maps, cold files on the wall. String runs tight from the big shots, his halls. You feel that chill when he says that name. Someone's shadow, someone's shame. TruCrime Cafe, he's serving the proof. Hot cup of pain, cold steel of the truth. Seeking justice, seeking reality. Voice for the voiceless, he speaks for the script. TruCrime Cafe, every single day. Pulling on the threads till they all give way. Corruption in the veins, he's calling it out. No way, no peace till justice is found. Backroom deals under neon signs. He reads one line, then follows the lies. Crack tape, low sound, he can hear that plea. Somebody out there, come remember me. He don't blink when the story gets dark. He just digs deeper, strikes that spark. You hear that rage rotting under his breath. Every question a dare, every pause a threat. TruCrime Cafe, he's serving the proof. Hot cup of pain, cold steel of the truth. Yeah, seeking justice, Welcome to
Dirty, dirty green. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Smile so clean.
Dirty, dirty, dirty.
Hands so filthy, unseen.
Hey.
Big man on campus. Shark in the Letterman jacket. Laugh while the whole town drowns. He just skims off the habit. Lives in the shadows. Fake sugar on his teeth. Tells tales at the conk out. Nobody buys what he speaks. Dirty, daddy green. Pocket fat from grief. Plays a Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on the string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, once you miss it, he'll drag you to the brink. Dirty, daddy green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. He got MPD in his jacket. ISP on the chain. Every handshake, every favor. Bought and paid in your pain. By the Vita at the banquet. Posing like he runs the place. But the rock drips through when you look him in the face. Oh! Dirty, daddy green. Pockets fat from grief. Plays the Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on a string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, watch you miss it. He'll drag you to the brink. Dirty, daddy green. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. Watch him. Don't even blink. He'll have your world gone faster than you think. He laughs while you sink. Says it's all just business. As he pushes you to the brink. Dirty, 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 daddy. Dirty, daddy. Dirty, daddy. Pockets, 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 pockets. Dirty, daddy. Dirty, daddy. Pockets fat from grief. Plays a Saint on Sunday. Wears the mask all week. Got the suits on a string. All the badges on a leash. Blink, once you miss it, he'll drag you to the brink. Dirty, daddy. Proud of what he steals. Smiles in your face. Signs, crooked deals. Every hallway, every street. They're all in his pockets. Kissing his feet. Dirty, daddy green. Dirty, daddy green.
Dirty, dirty green.
Little man on the scene trying to sound real tough. Standing on a stool, still ain't tall enough. Reaching for the counter like daddy, pick me up. Wants his lukewarm brew in his favorite sippy cup. Baby pain, stomp those socks. Tiny little sneakers, big boy talk. Puffs that chest, can't lift the lock. Bangs on the door till the hinges pop. Baby pain, just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pain, wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. Yeah, Poor little guy ain't got one friend. Crying to his mama, why's it all gotta end? Why? Tears on the floor. Kicks his legs, then he's back for more. Fake mean mug with the jelly on his chin. Throws one punch, then he runs back in. Hides behind mom when the world swings back. Wants big boots, still rocking snacks. Baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge. I'm the one in charge. Stomping up and down, red face, small frame. Tiny little storm trying to make it rain. Wah, 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 that's his war cry. boy dreams in a shirt size 5. Baby pay, baby pay. Just a little guy thinks he running the game. Baby pay, baby pay. Wants a big desk, can't spell his name. In charge of the case, I don't think so. Give him some toys and shut that door. All he wants is to feel that large, but I'm the one in charge.
Sorry. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the cafe. It's great to be back with you guys today. It is a Monday. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. My wife came home from her trip, and I had to spend some time with her, of course, because I missed her so very much. But you got me now. It is a little later in the afternoon than normal, but it is great to be here, guys. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I hope you're all having an amazing day. And I hope you're enjoying this beautiful weather. It's a little hot in some aspects here specifically, but hey, I'd rather have that than the rain and the snow. So it's great to see you guys again. Please make sure to hit that like button and share this out. Let everybody know what we're doing, guys. Bombshells or Dumbells? Bombshells or Dumbells, guys? That is the title of the show for today. All this information coming out. Are they bombshells or is it just a bunch of blah, 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 blah? It's up to you. We're going to have an open discussion on that and many more things today. As far as that goes, we'll be here for an hour or two, couple hours, and then I will be live tonight with Devil's Advocates, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Crimes After Dark show. So look to that too, guys, if you have nothing to do. That being said, make sure, again, you hit that like button, share this out, and you guys know what we do and how we do it. Let's do it.
Flicker like broken halos. Whispers gather in the smoke-filled air. Tables carved with secrets and shadows. Every story's a wound laid bare. The kettle's boiling with a restless rage. Justice written on an unseen page. I sip the silence, bitter taste, waiting for the ghosts to show their face. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup of the truth you crave. Raise your glass to the names they betray. Cracked reflections are liars. Ashes fall where the guilty once stood. The jukebox hums like a funeral choir. Echoes pounding through the neighborhood. Every scar is a candlelit vow. We hunt the how, we demand the now. No more silence, no more disguise. We'll paint the night with sharpened cry. At the TruCrime Cafe, we serve up the pain they try to hide away. Pour another cup bottle's rim. The guilty write stories in invisible ink, but we'll drag it all up from the edge of the break. At the TruCrime Cafe, the reckoning burns like a black bouquet. Every shadow will pay in the TruCrime Cafe.
No, right, all right. Welcome back, everybody. Great to see you today. Thank you again so much for joining us. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. For those of you that I didn't see, it's great to see you. Happy Monday. I hope it's a great Monday for you. It is for me, as always, guys. Come on in, take a seat, get up your feet, grab a cup and fill it up, and let's see what we can jump into today. And again, the University of Idaho murder case, bombshells or dumbbells, guys. What is this going on with all this new information that has been coming out left and right? Different people. There's people that are down with it, people that aren't with it, people yelling about it, people happy about it. So we're gonna have an open discussion, discuss that and other things as well. I will pin the link, allow you guys to come up here and voice your opinions, open your mouths and your minds, guys. So come on in and do that as well. Share it out, let everybody know what you're doing. Please hit the like button. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more bubbly, upbeat. Of course, my wife is home now off of her 9-day trip, and I am super happy for that. I feel normal again. So that's a good thing. That's a great thing. So who do we have in the house joining us today? It looks like Fizzy's fizzing around. Mikey's in the house with the last 24. Thank you so much for joining us, Mikey. My production manager, doing the things that he does to make things happen here, guys. It does a lot. Basically, the creator in the mind of the verdict room, and we appreciate Mikey for everything he does, as we do with all of these amazing moderators in here. SR Bubbles, Miss Bubbles is in the house. I hope you're feeling better, Bubs. I truly and honestly do. She wasn't feeling good, guys, and I felt so bad for her. So hopefully she's feeling better. Again, guys, you need to subscribe to the last 24 and listen to Mikey or Mike on the mic. Put his stuff together. We will be pushing that, and hopefully we'll get some stuff running over there. I can join him over there to do it as well and get it moving for real. Make sure you subscribe to it so we can grow it. Moonflower, great to see you in the house. Good to see you. Leah, thank you for being here. Bry Guy, our Bry Guy's in the house. Great to have you. Good to see ya. Thank you so much for joining us today, Brian. Jim Harrison, welcome, my friend. Great to see you. Love Another Habits, you as well. Miss Tara, welcome back to you. Great to see you today. Michelle F., welcome. Jessica Allen, great to see you. Miss Noni's in the house today. Great to see you, Miss Noni. Pretty much at 4 a.m. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Sweet Pea, welcome back to you. Great to see you. Thank you for joining us. Mary Holt, great to see you. Totally boggled, as am I. I think we all are. Great to see you today. Beth Wagner, welcome back. The Mad Dog 5000's in the house. Great to see you. Lizzie Lee Hershey, welcome. Good to see you today. Thank you for joining us. Miss Jen Sevens in the house. Welcome back, dear. Great to have you here. Thank you always. If you guys pay attention and go into the comment section, leave us a comment after the fact. Whatever we're talking about, Miss Jen is the one that will be posting any links to anything that we bring up. If we reference certain source issues or stuff like that, she'll put links to that kind of stuff in the comment section. You guys can go catch up, by clicking those links there. and head on over to look at some of the things that we bring up in these episodes. So thank you again, Miss Jen, for doing a great job that you do, as well as all these amazing moderators that I have. The best moderators on YouTube, folks. Argue with me, you'll lose. I'm telling you, I do. Facts are facts are facts. The blue crew is the best crew. Miss Tara D, great to see you. Baby Ames, welcome back to you. Dog Mom, great to see you. And hello to you, Mr. Bry Guy. Janice Siner, hello and welcome. I see that we have she joined the sauce, guys. We have a new meatball in the house. And that is awesome. Congrats, Janice. Welcome to the family. Jonique's one, welcome to you. I see a lot of new faces in here too. I love it. Let's see, Miss Wendy, welcome back to you. Lost Girl 86. It is so hot here too, but Oklahoma City, I bet, is on fire. Lulu don't like lies. None of us do, but we appreciate you, Lulu. Just Jackie, welcome back. Mr. Dillon's in the house. Hildreth Investigates. Great to see you, buddy. I know we're gonna get some rain. Superman's grandma, Miss Crystal, great to see you. Ass Tactic is in the house. Great to see you. Sam Panther, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Moonlit Baby, welcome back. Blue Eyed Butterfly, welcome back to you. Miss Rowe, great to see you today. As always, Amy Oleski, great to see you. Welcome back to you. Phil is in the house. Phyllis. Good to see you, my friend. Always happy to have you here. Turkey Creek Cow, welcome back. All right, let me see. Beach Babe, good to see you. I hope you feel better, dear. I saw what you were saying. Please feel better. Again, please, if you will, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not yet done it. Share this out. And please hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss anything we do over here. I don't want anybody in here to be disappointed. So please do all that. Lone Tree 74, welcome to you. Another new name and face. Wonderful to see you. Coco Peru, hey, welcome to you. I'm rhyming and don't even know it. It's the trauma. Thanks, Mom. Thank you for being here. Lisa West, welcome. And again, congrats and welcome to the sauce. Janice, grateful to have you on board and part of the family. Again, please share this out, everybody. And please hit that like button. Let's get that out in that algorithm. Let's see here. Absolutely. Welcome all the new meatballs. We got one so far, but we will have more. In Stitches in the house. Good to see you. Speak of the devil, Phil just dropped 5 new meatballs into the sauce. It looks like Sam Panther got one. CT Girl. Heaven, Iowa 9. Purple Haze 11. And Amanda Wallace. Congrats. Welcome to the sauce. We got 6 new meatballs. Thank you so much, Phil. And God bless. That is so very generous of you. It's all good, Stan Panther. We appreciate you wherever you are. That goes for anybody. If you're not in the chat typing right now and you're just kind of hanging out in the hallway watching from out there, we still love you. We still appreciate you very, very, very much. That's a fact. Stendra Kayoshi, good to see you. Moonflower, great to see you. Swift-O-Matic, welcome. Great to see you. And thank you for that. I really enjoy that you enjoy it. That makes me super happy. That makes my day when you guys say stuff like that because it makes me feel like what I'm doing is meaningful, you know? If you want to jump in the sauce and become a member, like the rest of these crazy meatballs in here, click on that link if you have an iPhone because a lot of times it doesn't work. For a regular phone, if you have it, that one link doesn't work. So click on that right there if you have an iPhone. SRB's helping you out. I'm sorry, Bubbles. SR Bubbles is helping you out with that link right there. And then the regular link you can click, I believe, is down at the bottom or on the homepage. Ms. Trisha, welcome. JC Fitzpatrick, welcome to you. All these new faces and names. I'm super excited to see this. Broken Wings, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. I hope you're having an amazing day. All the beautiful people are in the house today. Ozzy McGlynn, welcome. Great to see ya. Smiling Sleuth, welcome back to you. Awesome to have you in the house today as well. Are you feeling any better there, SRBBBB Bubbles? I hope. I felt so bad, guys. She's had a rough few days and not fair. It's not fun when you get sick when it's hot out like this. One, you can't enjoy the weather because you're sick, and two, it just makes it worse, I think. Hi, Norman, what's happening? Good to see you. You want some spaghetti? Hey, Force Noel, hello, dear. Great to see you today. Dago is my second favorite American true crime creator. I dare to ask who the first one is, Junior. Anna Paul. Anna Pola, I'm sorry. Welcome to you, Doc J. Great to see you again. Liz Berry, or Bear, I think it is. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing it. Welcome. And there is a link pinned if you guys want to call in or jump up here with me. I don't smell, I promise. I took a shower. I'm all good. Please do. That's what this open discussion is all about today. Breaking this down. Are these bombshells or dumbbells that we're getting all this information and what could be coming down the road? What do you guys think about everything that's been going on? That's what this discussion is about today. Let's do it. 11:11. Reflections. Great to see you. Pav is all right. He's allowed. He's the one. He's allowed to pronounce my name the wrong way. It's okay. I have very high respect for Pav. So he can say my name however he wants to because I know that he doesn't mean it in a bad way. Pav's awesome. I think he's a great dude. Jesse Schul's in the house. What's up, brother? Mr. Jesse tuning in all the way from Thailand, guys. You gotta love it. Raw Royster. Great to see you today. Yeah, Pav is he's allowed to say it the wrong way. I'm okay with that. Pav is one of the hardest workers on YouTube, folks. Facts are facts are facts. Him and Lana, you put them together, they're at the top as far as I'm concerned. As far as investigating and digging, no doubt. Period. And y'all know I love me some Lana. Lana is my sister from another mister. Come on in, everybody, grab a seat. And first and foremost, our first guest up to date, Mr. Jesse. Welcome, sir. How are you today?
First of all, I would like to apologize for my behavior last night. I did drink a couple bottles of wine. I did drop a few F-bombs. And
you're fine. Fuck it. There. We're even. We're even. We are adults in here, and it's true crime, folks. This is not kindergarten. So if you can't
the good news is I have no wine.
Oh, you're good. Either way.
Maybe just a handful of F-bombs today.
You handle it. If you wouldn't tell anybody, I don't think they'd know, Jess. I think you're good.
Did you catch Pav's video where he gave you a shout out today?
I did. He's done it a few times. I have a lot of respect for Pav. I do.
Well, I guess, yeah, the reason I hopped up is because I wanted to point out that he's really endorsing what Eddie's saying. And, I'm happy. I'm happy. I mean, hopefully Eddie will feel good about that, somebody of the stature of Pavarotti is agreeing with him. But it hasn't changed my mind. But no, I have the utmost respect for Eddie's opinion and for Pav's opinion. And I understand the opinion. I understand the position. I'm just not there.
Right. No, I get it, and that's where I'm at. Like, I don't have me and Eddie differ on opinion on this in some aspects a lot. I love Eddie to death, like a brother, and you know that just as much as you. And you guys are my crew. You know what I mean? So, and that's what I've been trying to prove with this. Stepping sideways a little bit with this. We can have differences of opinion, guys, and it doesn't change anything. Me and Eddie could sit here and argue till we both turn purple. And you can show me proof of something. We're going to argue, and disagree. At the end of the day, when we're done having the disagreement, I'm going to shake his hand and hope to see him tomorrow because that's what adults do. That's okay. You don't freak out on each other. You don't scream and yell at each other because you have a difference of opinion. That's ridiculous to me. So
the man, the myth, legend is in the house.
Speaking of, welcome, Eddie. How are you, brother?
Hello. You caught me off guard again today, Dago.
I'm sorry. It was later than normal.
Turn.
The important part is you're here. That's what matters to me.
That's right.
Yeah, you did get a kind of a shout out from Mr. Pavarotti today.
I did.
Absolutely. He shouted me out, and then he was talking about your opinion and your feelings on things with the doc there, and which Bob's good for that. He always throws credit where credit's due. He even shouted out Translucent and um
Bronx, yeah.
Bronx too. Yeah, he shouted out Logan. So he puts it where it goes, where it just deserved 100%. So
I'm
that's why I have the respect
famous.
for him that I do. Sorry, Eddie.
Well,
What'd you say?
I said I'm famous.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, you've been famous, dude. You've been famous for a long time around here.
I'm trying
You
to
and
be
Jess.
incognito, but I guess that's
Yeah,
no longer possible.
There's no way the famous Eddie could ever go incognito. Now, there's a few of you guys that couldn't hide. Jesse, Eddie, Sarge, you guys could pretend to be somewhere. Everybody will find you where you're at. They know exactly who you are. So that's a good thing. That is a good thing.
So you didn't catch the latest Pavarotti
I must
episode, Eddie?
not have. I thought I did.
He brought
I'll
up some
run a.
very interesting stuff.
He does usually. I mean, especially with what he's put out lately. You know, I may not fully 100% agree with him on, what his thoughts are, but I still respect it and I want to hear what he's saying. And I take into account what he says, and it helps me to make my decisions on what I think. I've always done that with him since I started watching him. There's things I've disagreed with, but I'll go right back and watch the next video he puts because
Well,
there's
and
a lot of things
it's
he
not
says
like
that
he
I do
hasn't.
agree with.
It's not like he's never been wrong about anything either, which
Right.
I would never hold that against anybody.
No.
However, he does seem to hold it against people if they're ever wrong. Maybe I'm out of line by saying that, but he doesn't seem like he's very forgiving of other people's mistakes. And I think, if you realize that you do make mistakes, you have to be somewhat forgiving of other people's mistakes.
I think it depends on he's getting better as far as certain things go. And even today in the one video I watched, he said, that if he may have to come out down the road here and say he apologized because he was wrong about some things. So he does admit to that.
I'm surprised
but
that that's your takeaway, Jesse. I just don't see that.
You don't think he's made any mistakes along the way?
No, not responding to that part of what you said.
no, the other part where you said that he's not
He's
very forgiving.
unforgiving and he doesn't.
Well, he feuds with a lot of other creators over things that I don't think need to be feuded about. I told him, I left a comment on his last video. And I said, the feuding with other creators isn't helpful. You need to talk amongst each other like gentlemen, trying to use the example of ourselves who have disagreements and still manage to, we're not out there calling each other fools and stupid and I'll box that guy's ears and this and that, right?
I think that was provoked when he did that.
Doesn't that get a clue?
Yeah, no.
Oh, there was one Estes True Crime. I think he had
that was provoked by that. Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
I think that was
the most recent one. Is he's got a big fight with Harsh Reality over. It doesn't seem like it's. Well, I guess maybe Harsh started it. Maybe Harsh said Pavarotti's wrong, and there's no reason to make videos saying other creators are wrong. I don't think either. That's
coming out right and just saying you're wrong. That's not right. I know for a fact. No, nobody should do that. I agree with that. But when you have a difference of opinion on something, I think it's okay to say, hey, I don't agree with that. I think it might be this instead, so on and so forth. But no, I mean, that's the way I believe that should be done. That's me. But
where we stand now is everybody's pointing at the other guy, calling him a Fed and saying they're, putting out misinformation on purpose. And, I do think some of that's happening, but I think you got to be careful about just pointing the finger at all those people saying that.
And that's partially, in my opinion, part of the what do you call it? In my opinion, part of what they want done in this case, they want us divided. Okay, and they're doing it again. As I said, we can't allow that, but they will. I mean, I'm different than some creators, as some others are. Will do certain things, but I still respect people regardless. I respect anybody, even the creators that I completely do not agree with at all. I still respect what they do because this is not easy. So I will say that. And yeah, he has apologized a couple different times. I've seen that. So, and we should be able to do that. Agree to disagree. That's it. and just move forward with it. And at the
Anyways,
end,
I wasn't trying to say anything negative. I'm not taking sides.
no, you're good. You're good.
I enjoy his content as much as the next guy. I just,
we're all here for the same reason. At the end of this,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we want to see truth and real justice, in my opinion. So,
I have prepared some thoughts. I tried to go over the last few days that we've been discussing this and encompass all my thoughts so that they're consolidated and easy to convey.
That is awesome. I'm glad Jesse's here to be able to help break down what your thoughts are too. I love that. All three of both of you guys, I appreciate you. Amoto said he can't join us today. He's got a family thing going on, so he'll catch up later. But thank you both, gentlemen, for being here. I appreciate you. So, what do you got going on, Eddie? What are your thoughts of the day?
Well, it's very much in the style of Jesse's misconceptions. If y'all remember way back in the day, there was a very intelligent person who frequented your panel and came on and said, that the 10 misconceptions that he had.
Oh, yes, Jesse.
Oh, I remember the handsome
Jesse?
guy that guy was. Yeah.
That was Jesse's. Yeah, he put those 10 misconceptions together. I love that. Yeah.
You're not about to use my own words against me now, are you?
How did you know?
Well, I wasn't born
Spoiler
yesterday.
alert. Wow. I was so impressed with
you guys
with
are
what
great.
you did back in that day that I wrote them down, and it's part of my catalog of notes.
Man, that is impressive.
I'm telling you, with Eddie's note-taking system, you should write at least 3 books out of this, Eddie. I'm telling you, dude. If you could do it, I would, because your note-taking is insane to me. You can find things that we forget about. You know what I mean? It is good stuff. So I didn't mean to interrupt.
I have to write it down, or else I'll forget about stuff.
No, I get it, but you're on point with it. I write things down and then I lose it, even after I write it down. So figure that one out. I do have a printer now. Thank you to this amazing community. And all these things are about to be printed out and filed, nice, neat, and organized. And I can just reach for it. So, anyway,
what inspired it all was I started seeing that people were, they would learn something one day, and then shortly thereafter, they, not deliberately, but they would retell it, and it's already wrong.
Oh, yeah.
So I caught on to that quickly, and of course realized that, I don't want to be a source of misinformation. In this case, there's already enough. So I started taking notes.
You have to in this case, period.
Yeah. Well, but pattern after Jesse's misconceptions, I have 10 reasons why I'm on Team Taylor.
Gotcha. Let's hear them.
So I'm sure you'll have, questions, but try to hold them till the end. I'll get through them as quickly as I can.
Take your time. No rush.
Number 1, he violated the non-dissemination order. Number 2, he is a source, a mouthpiece, who is claiming highly questionable occurrences. Number 3, the claims against Anne are really claims against Eliza Massoff and Becca Barlow as well, as I pointed out several days ago.
Meaning the entire defense team, right?
Yes, the entire defense team. Number 4, the pushback is way too extreme on this topic for me not to overlook. There's been censoring, discrediting, labeling, personal attacks. Guilters who have remained silent for nearly a year, they're popping back into discussions, lurking, commenting, and creating chaos. I think there's bots influencing the side that is anti-Taylor, personally.
Gotcha.
Bots boosting the comments and the numbers on that side. So that was number 4. Number 5.
Thank you, Christine.
Nothing he claims is verifiable. We're running with hearsay as though it's gospel, and that is foolish. We've all witnessed the fallout from doing that over the years. in this case. Number 6, why would Anne do that and jeopardize her career? It makes no sense. Now, maybe I'm being a little petty by including this one. It's kind of a tit for tat because the makes no sense argument really has no merit. I hear it being used as like a primary argument on the anti-Taylor side.
Do you want to run through them all and then discuss them, or do you want to stop and go as we go?
I'll complete this one and then we can discuss number 6.
Okay.
That's fine. I've never heard a compulsive liar, when caught up in a lie, not use the makes no sense argument. I'll give an example. Why would I have lied? Such an easy to disprove lie. Why wouldn't I have made a more elaborate lie? It doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense argument carries out for everything then. Why would the state be lying about Bryan Kohberger? That makes no sense. Well, there it is. He's guilty. It's solved. We can all feel good that justice has been served. So that's number 6. The makes no sense argument. It cuts both ways. So if we're using it for Turvey, we can use it for Team Taylor.
Oh, yeah, of course. You can go that way with it. So to stop for just a moment and to break that down, that's what I was going to say. So if what you started with was, why would Ann do that? To jeopardize her job, so on and so forth, blah, blah, blah. But, all of that. And then at the same time, that's one of the things that a lot of us have been saying is, why would he do that? To jeopardize his livelihood, his job, his reputation, all those kinds of things. So it does roll. It can roll both ways. I can agree with that. The bot one, I will say right now, I fully, absolutely 100% agree with you, just before we do that.
Yeah. And by the way, that was number 4. The pushback is way too extreme. So just so you all know, that all in itself is enough for me to know that I'm going the right way. But again, there's 10 and we're on number 7.
Yeah. Go. You can go forward on that. I just wanted to make that story or make that statement. Sorry.
Sure. Absolutely. So number 7, I always judge someone by their actions, not their words. So for example, we just watched a replay of the change of venue hearing. And, the state said, we want to ensure that he gets a fair trial, which is ridiculous. So that's a good example of, watch their actions, not their words. And his actions discredit himself. His actions being Dr. Turvey. Number 8, citing someone's CV or expertise does not guarantee they are just and incorruptible. Number 9, the timing of this is suspect, as the timing in many things in this case has consistently been a theme.
That is absolute.
Yeah. And finally, number 10, he has made contradictory statements. Can we all agree on that, or do I need to
elaborate? Maybe
he's made mistakes. I can concede that he's made. I don't know that any of them have. I mean, yeah, maybe you need to point them out, because
I would elaborate. Yeah,
some of them to me sound like mistakes that could be written off as mistakes.
I focused primarily on the forensic evidence and what it shows. So it is contradictory for him to have the opinions, if that is his area of expertise. So the Pong table, the latent footprint, the timeline, Xana's location are some of the examples I can cite. I think we all recall them, so I won't elaborate any further. But he's
And you don't feel that any of those could be written off as just mistakes?
No, that's deliberate.
Why do you believe that, though?
Well, it's my opinion. It's just my opinion. I can't prove, that.
Gotcha.
I mean, he also said the families are speaking from Pennsylvania to avoid the non-dissemination order, and that seems like he was just completely oblivious that it was Bryan's family in Pennsylvania. It's like he almost got Bryan's family and the victims' families completely confused.
Yeah.
Like he just was so unfamiliar with what's actually going on that he just blurted that out, because that really doesn't make any sense why he said the families are speaking from Pennsylvania to get around the.
That was confusing. Yes.
He also said that Anne did not want to go to trial. And if you look at him really closely while he does that, you can tell something's amiss. And what he uses to bolster that point is you can see that she ended up not going to trial. So that's
an obvious opinion, I think, on his side. I mean, you can't state that as a
quite
fact.
a shady way,
Sure.
What number are we on, Eddie?
Well, that was 10. So
that was 10.
Okay, I got a question. I don't have any retorts or disagreements. My question is
real quick. Bring us all back to the 10 of yours.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. And again, we ended with number 10 on the 10 reasons why I'm on Team Taylor. It was making contradictory statements. So not in any particular order, Jesse's misconceptions, experts making contradictory statements. Number 9, facts are not the same as conspiracy theories. Number 8, no DNA in car and house because of the Dexter suit. Number 7, Instagram stalking was debunked. Number 6, IDs found in the home was debunked. Number 5, there's no motive and there's no time in which to carry out, for one person to do this.
These are Jesse's you're repeating?
These are Jesse's, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Number 4.
I forgot these all.
Surveillance footage of BK's car. And number 3, the BTK connection, Ted Bundy connection. Ridiculous.
Right.
Even Devil's Advocate brought that up the other day, that Ted Bundy committed a similar crime, and I had to correct him in the chat because it was not similar at all, really.
I don't think it is either.
Number 2 was the 51 terabytes. I didn't in my notes elaborate on what the point was, but I can assume it's that.
Well, the point was 51 terabytes of what? 51 terabytes of ass wipe, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Number 1, DNA on sheath does not put him at the scene.
Right.
And I didn't set out to use, because I wanted to highlight, if you all felt it or caught it, it was, I left off with number 10 on mine, making contradictory statements. And I began with Jesse's experts making contradictory statements. I didn't set out. I'm like, you know what I should do? I should consolidate all my thoughts so I can know them better myself. It took us 3 days to cover all this. So when I did that, I'm like, that's really in the pattern of Jesse. So I referred back to Jesse's and I'm like, oh my goodness, the contradictory statements by experts is just how ironic.
Yeah.
And the next time Jesse's on panel with me, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Did you write the date that Jesse gave us those, Eddie, down?
No, I didn't.
Shit, I was trying to remember myself because I know it was quite a while ago, and I think it's interesting to hear those now, this far into this at this point, and the things he pointed out then as compared to now. So that's all right, though. Don't worry about that. Very good points.
Yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with any of your 10 points, Eddie. I mean, some of them are your opinions, and of course, I have differing opinions, but I can't really point out one of your 10 things that I can say definitively is wrong, and would rather not even argue with you about them. The only thing I ask is obviously to come to the conclusions you have in the 10 points. Some of it is based on opinion of Turvey, and I have to ask you what you think the motive is. Like what?
That's my question was yesterday.
What motivates him to come forward and throw a wrench in this? Because I can think of lots of motives for Chris, but I just can't wrap my head around what possesses a guy like Turvey,
right,
to shit talk Ann Taylor. And because, like I said, if he's fucking wrong about this, he's in big trouble. I mean, his reputation is, well, in fact, his reputation's probably already in the toilet just that he's chosen to speak this way about a colleague, honestly. Like, whether he's right or wrong, it's going to put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth just that he's doing it. And if he's actually wrong, it's tenfold.
Well, and that's the thing I was getting ready to say. You're absolutely right. So right now, because of what he has said, there's a lot of people that are going to look away from him. Okay. Professionals that are not going to want to hire him because he did that. So, meaning speaking down about Ann. Even worse, if it comes forward, it comes to the table and ends up that he's wrong about all this stuff, he's done. I mean, cash it in, cash it out. You're out. Nobody will hire him. Nobody will bring him on board. That'll be the end of it, truly and honestly. So that's what I think. That's where Jesse and I fully agree that it would be so dangerous to come out and make these statements knowing fair well that if Ann wants to, she can come forward and prove if these are wrong. She can come forward and say, no, here's this, and this. And that's that. So that's what has, I think, a lot of us like on, and I'm not on any team. Because like I said, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus at this point because I haven't heard the full both sides of the story, but I do agree. I believe, how can I say this? At this point, I believe in what Turvey's saying because I don't understand how or why he would do it for any other reason. If you show me some kind of a real motive, which I'm not saying anybody needs to show me that right now or any of that, but if you show me a good, decent, understandable motive as to why he would do this. Now, I will say this. I think part of what he's doing is because he got angry because it made him look bad with what Ann said. And that happens. I agree. I know that happened.
Hold up, though, because he had scheduled he'd already spoken to Chris beforehand, and he'd scheduled
after the fact, right?
So I mean,
that's why I said a small part of it.
He might have sauced it up a little bit more, because of
what
that,
I mean. Yeah,
he already intended to speak, and and let this stuff out.
That's what I was trying to say. Like he made it a little more spicy than it would have been beforehand. That's what I'm trying to say. So I should have probably rephrased it, but I think he was a little bit maybe irritated because he's very intelligent. He's got a very high reputation in what he does. He's very good at what he does. Okay. And for somebody to come forward and say that, it probably pissed him off at some aspect. So part of it, I believe he got a little spicier. I'll just put it that way to make it clear than what he would have been if that wouldn't have been said. Otherwise, that was the point I was trying to make. So, but that's my feeling is I believe him for those reasons.
Kara Garrison's comment is great. I love that.
Let me see.
But yeah, Eddie, do you have a hypothesis for his motive?
No.
Sure, we can talk about that.
And I didn't know what to title it. I finally ended up with just titling it 10 Reasons Why I'm on Team Taylor, which may make it sound a little bit more like personal or like I'm picking a side. But I've always been on that side, and until there's reason to go away from that side, I'll just remain there. To me, it's more about to consolidate my thoughts would help. It helped me to like understand more completely about this whole subject, such as like I've said to you all in the past, to tally it up, right? To like keep score, keep a ledger. When one thing is concerning about one side or the other, put a mark there. And then at the end, see how it tallies up, if you all follow my metaphor. So I've done that. And, we've all watched Ann Taylor and company for, over 2 years, maybe 3 years in these hearings, watched their conduct, and they've been consistently professional. So that means something. There's a consistency there. Now, suddenly there's Turvey, and all I have to go off of is what I've seen of him thus far. I did copy and paste Stephen Fillmore's question. I feel like I should try to answer that. He doesn't strike a chord with me. If it turns out that something significant, comes to light, I'm open-minded enough to, understand, and to, I'm not like.
Let me ask you a quick question.
I don't have an allegiance to Ann Taylor, if that's
right. I know how you think about these things, so on and so forth. I get it, I do. But I want to ask you a serious question, a real question, and if you can give the best answer you can. I know how you feel about certain things, but I'm dead serious on it because it's a real question. So we know that there's a criminal investigation going on, okay? And we know who's all being investigated. It's not just Ann Taylor's office. It's everybody, okay? And that's one thing that was said that I think there was a little extra time spent on that didn't need to be, that it's to make it sound like it's just Ann Taylor. It's not, okay? That's not at all. So, and I'm not saying I believe this is what's going to happen, because I don't. I truly don't. But here's my question. What if something comes forward when they do finish this criminal investigation and they point at her and say, you did this, this, and this, which is, misconduct in that aspect. And it points to the things that he said being true. If that were to happen. Now, how would you, and how would you feel about that? I was trying to think, there was something else I was going to add to that, but how would you feel about it in that aspect as to why it could have happened and what actually what the deal was with it?
I would,
based on what you know about her. I'm sorry.
I would, when that information comes out, I would reserve judgment until I see it play out in public.
If that comes out, right? Yeah,
because in this case, I had never considered that, but now that you mentioned it, I cannot put shenanigans like that beyond the scope or ploy.
I agree with that as well.
Sure.
That could all be a part of this dirty thing from the beginning.
And that's the reason why. And again, my take on this, I'm not picking sides here. I don't believe in that. You guys know me better than that. I don't. I said I will not throw Ann under the bus and run her over with the bus, because that's what's happening in some aspects. Not here, but a lot of places are really tearing her down.
Well, Turvey definitely threw her under the bus, and
he did. He truly did. Yeah, he did. But he's also pointed to the fact that he believes in actual justice, and he's pointing out things that we have pointed out, and he's very much specifying specific things that we've looked at ourselves and saying, this is true, this is really bad, this is a big problem, so on and so forth, that type of thing. Now, is it being over exaggerated? I don't know. Is it being over accentuated? Like it's something that's very small and it was blown up into something bigger than it is. It could be, guys. I'm just saying. But if that were to happen, I said when this first started, I believe that there's a few options here with this. One is that Ann Taylor, and this is just a what if or could be. It's not what I think, and it's not what I see happening. But it could be, as we all know, the prosecution was in this game from day one, in our opinions, as well as law enforcement there, okay? We all believe that. And what it could be is that she's in that same game from the beginning. That's one. Two, somebody scared the absolute shit out of her by threatening her family, herself. She has 4 daughters. Her mother just passed. There's other things that you can take into account, but scared the hell out of her. It's very possible. Or three, it's part of a plan, in my opinion. These are the three things that I feel like this could be. It's part of like a bigger plan coming up soon. But that's how I see this. Go ahead, Jesse.
Here's my problem with that theory.
Sure.
Before I say here's my problem, let me just first say I really do agree with Eddie's statement about Bicca and Eliza. But the thing is, we've only seen their names on that statement. We haven't heard them actually issue any statements of their own.
Correct.
I don't know how much weight we can put in just seeing their names along with Ann's as the law offices of Ann Taylor and Bicca and Eliza. So if I could hear straight from Bicca's mouth, because it's really Bicca that's the key to me, because Turvey's supposed to be like very friendly with Bicca. She got him the job. So it really, where Bicca lands on this really points to some, that's some really lends some credibility to whoever side she's on.
Keep going. I'll be right back.
And if she's willing to shit talk Turvey and say Turvey's way out of line, I stand with Ann, then that would be really powerful to me. But she's not saying anything. I'm not sure how she feels about it. And then when I stuck my finger up and said, here's my problem with that, which is Pavarotti's theory, and I think that's your theory, Eddie, is that she does have a plan and something's in the works. And Pavarotti's evidence of that is the fact that Eliza Massoth and Bicca Barlow are still on the letterhead, and they appear to actually be still attorneys of Bryan Kohberger, and there would be no reason for them to continue to be his attorneys unless something was in the works. Now, that makes sense to me, sure, but I'm just not sure how accurate that is. I'm just not sure their names appearing on letterhead, how, I can't take that to the bank. I haven't seen them in a courtroom. All I've seen is their names on letterhead. So I'd like to know more about that. The other problem I have with that is the nature of the relationship between Bicca and Turvey, and the fact that the plea comes down and Turvey inquires as to what the hell happened. Nobody can communicate to him what happened. And now he's left thinking that Ann Taylor is corrupt and this is fucking bullshit. If there's a plan and Bicca's working on the plan and these people are all really close, and he's a member of the defense, he's an expert working for the defense, how difficult would it be to communicate it to him that, listen, this is strategy? I mean, you don't have to tell him what your plan is, but it sounds like they just blew him off like, never mind, pal. It is what it is. Kid's going to jail. That's the way or at least that's the way he's representing it when he's speaking, is that they offered him no satisfactory explanations. And I just don't see Bicca being his friend, not letting him in on it. At least the fact that this isn't over yet, just telling him, listen, trust me, Brent, this isn't over yet. That would probably be enough for him to be out here speaking the way he is. And the fact that he's out here speaking the way it is, the Occam's razor, what I consider to be Occam's razor, is nobody told him anything like that. Everybody told him, fucked if I know, I don't care. Kid's going to jail, I don't care. That's what he's representing, and that's, that would make sense, would be the motivation for him to be out here speaking. And the Occam's razor explanation is, that it doesn't really point to him being a bad actor, because I just don't see what he has to gain. He's accomplished enough that he's probably financially set enough that paying him, $20,000-$30,000 to come out here and spew a bunch of bullshit isn't going to be interesting to him. I don't see what he has to gain from. I mean, like he seems to be intentionally harming his own reputation along with Ann Taylor's. And it's kind of like when creators are throwing mud at each other, it's a zero-sum game. Everybody loses. I wish people wouldn't behave in that manner, but I think along the lines of K Bono and follow the money. And I'm just having trouble connecting the dots to why Turvey's bullshitting us. That's where I stand.
Considering,
Thank you. I'm pretty much at 4 a.m. for that membership. Hold on one second, guys. I'm sorry. It looks like Roxy Tucker picked that up. Thank you so very much. Very generous, and congrats, Roxy. Welcome to the family. Go ahead. Sorry, Ed.
speaking of, you had mentioned the signatures on Ann Taylor's statement. Considering their profession, do you think that they signed it without reading it first?
You're talking about, I'm sure they had a discussion about it. I'm sure they talked about it.
Jesse, you were absent.
Yeah, no, I haven't closely examined that document. I wasn't sure if it was just their name on the letterhead, but there's actually all three signatures. Yeah, I mean, I guess I concede that's significant, but I would like to hear more than just,
Yeah.
Because for example, if my boss comes to me and says, you work for the company, sign this, I gotta sign it, right?
I don't know.
And here's the thing, though. That's what I was going to say. How significant is it? Is it, we have to do that? And again, if this is some big plan that they had in the works, and this may have thrown a bit of a wrench into it, of course they're all going to be on board because they're all working on the same thing. That I agree with fully. But being that him and Bicca were as close as they were, and he's pointing out, because I believe Bicca, of anybody, is specifically the one that truly believes in Bryan's innocence. Out of all three of them, I'll have to say her the most because, again, for her to still be on board with this 9 months later, this was a Paul proved this point too. He brought it up, and I fully agree with him on this. For her to be on board 9 months later, travel and expenses and all that kind of stuff would be stupendously expensive for her, and she's still there. Okay? So to me, that means you believe in his innocence. I'm not saying the other two don't, but her the most, in my opinion, very strong. And she seemed the most deflated when this all happened, in my opinion. So I do believe she believes in Bryan. So that being said, it could be 50-50, in my opinion, Eddie, that they signed it because they're supposed to sign it because they're part of the defense team. Or it could be that they truly believe in it too. It's hard to say which direction it goes. I think 50-50 in my opinion, but for Jesse, his answer.
I go back to my point about why couldn't anybody communicate to Turvey that something, this isn't over? Because it seems like Turvey was told, forget about it, man, this is over. And that's where his frustration is. And if it truly wasn't over, rather than having a disgruntled hothead expert out there that's a friend of yours from Bicca's point of view, just to communicate to him, like, we're working on something else. This isn't over. How hard is that?
Well, your key words there were, it seems like. You don't know any of this. That's just what your
this entire discussion is based on our
all
opinion.
Of it.
You don't know what conversations they had or didn't have. None of us do.
That's absolute.
Yeah, well, this is all a hypothetical that we're talking about.
Yes, and you can see that every bit of it that way. We should be, because that's what it is. Sorry.
But what I'm saying is my opinion is that Turvey is representing himself as if he was told this is over and he's fucking pissed about it. And if he had just been told this isn't over, he probably wouldn't be speaking the way he is speaking now.
I agree.
And if this is such a top secret plan that they have to keep Turvey in the dark, then how could anybody blame guys like me for being critical of what's going on? I just don't know how.
Again,
how could you expect me to be anything but critical about that?
We could put the letter that the statement of Ann Taylor up to answer the question. You seem unclear about if they had a conversation. I think she answers that in that letter. We've been over that a couple times. but maybe some people have forgotten.
It doesn't really specify if they had anything in that aspect as far as a conversation goes. It says that he's under an NDO, and
there
he
it
knew
is.
that, and he wasn't released from it. That's basically,
Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah. So there it is. He's bound to that. He would know that.
That's just not the point, though. The point was he was part of the defense. He was a personal friend of Bicca's, and when the plea came down, he was told, "None of your business." Don't, or something along. He wasn't told anything satisfactory, but his side of the story is he was told no satisfactory reason as to what the fuck happened. And
It was a surprise, yeah.
if I put myself in his position, like if one of you guys asked me to work with you on a project, and all of a sudden everything goes up in smoke, and I can't get a straight answer from either of you of why it went up in smoke and where we stand now, and I'm just told to keep my mouth shut, how do you expect me to behave from that? This is a natural human reaction, to be very upset because you're kept in the dark in what appears to be a futile situation. And it could have been avoided just by saying, listen, it's not over yet. That's all you would have had to say, in my opinion. That's
well, you're talking as though he's like equal share partner. Like, so
he's part of the team,
everyone
though.
has an equal vote. I mean,
they should, Eddie.
Like a temporary employee. He's an expert that had a limited scope. His job was this portion of it, nothing more.
But you don't believe that you don't believe that he's part of the defense team at that aspect, just like Cy Ray?
No,
and
I don't
Vicka?
think it goes down like the way Jesse's portraying it. I don't think
that's how I see it. That's exactly how I see it. Okay, so let's say, for instance, we're building a house, and Jesse's an electrician, and you're a plumber, and I'm a framer. I do the framing of the house, and we all work together.
Maybe one guy's the owner and has a bigger say and a bigger share.
Right. And that's, we all work together, and one day I show up and you guys have finished putting everything together, and I'm like, what the hell? Nobody's going to tell me you guys were done, or you were going to finish the house today? It's a team effort. I think it should be at least spoken about, like, this is what we're going to do as a team. I think it should be that way. If you bring somebody on board to be part of the defense team, which is what they did, and that's what he was. He's an expert, just like Cy was. And there's a few other I can't think of right now, but that's how I see that, unfortunately.
If it went down the way he's saying it went down, I still
that he didn't even know
that.
about it.
But
what did he say?
I don't
even
know if I trust him enough to believe his version of events.
Well,
let me tell you something. When WSU came out, and she said all these kids were chatting on Snapchat, and there was group chats and all this stuff, and her daughter knew. I believe WSU Kim, even though she didn't have it. There was no concrete evidence. There was just WSU Kim and Dave, and it was all quite speculative. It wouldn't hold up in court. A lot of people, like Sarge, was disgusted with people that believed WSU Kim in the beginning. But the reason that I believed WSU Kim is because of Occam's razor. The story she was telling fit and made sense, and the story that everybody else was telling didn't fit and made no sense. And here I use the same logic with Turvey. The story he's telling, really, his explanation for why he's speaking right now is the only thing that gives me an Occam's razor explanation for why he's talking. Because if I can't think of an alternative motive for him to be talking right now.
Look, let me ask another question real fast. Let's say Dr. Tibby came forward like he has and didn't mention Ann at all. Didn't even bring her up. Didn't make any negative comments about her, and just said what he said about the issues within the case that he sees and that he saw and that he wants to get justice on. How would you have felt about it at that point?
Yeah, if everything else remains the same, right? He's speaking about the forensic evidence in the same way. Yeah, I would be highly suspicious still. This has nothing to do with him slandering Ann or not slandering, but you know what I'm saying.
Attacking her. Yeah, I get it.
That although
See,
that's one thing, that's one of the tally things that I can look at, but I'm not. That is not in totality, which I'm looking at.
so in my opinion, I kind of look at it like this. It's almost like who we are, myself, you, Jesse, most of the people in here, that we come out here and we have these conversations and these breakdowns and all this stuff about what we have seen. And if we get information or proof, okay, of something, we bring it and we share it. And we, not all of us, but most of us are trying to bring nothing but truth out here because we've been given nothing but lies. So in turn, that's the whole point in this. If we get documents that we FOIA, things like that, all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And we here, guys. Look, I got this today. I FOIA this. Look at this. This is the actual truth as to what compared to what we were told, so on and so forth. And there's people that believe us or they don't believe us. So it's kind of the same thing, in my opinion. We're going towards the same. Like, we're looking for justice here. We're looking for the truth here. He says that's what he's doing too. And my goal, I'm not doing anything nefarious. I'm just trying to get to the damn truth and some real justice here for the victims, and to make it known so that to the world that this is happening, to prevent it from happening again. So it's the same thing, in my opinion, that he's doing, and by doing what he's doing. Sorry if I'm rambling because I'm trying to make it sound right.
No, you sound just fine, and you're making sense. That was my number 2 reason why I'm on Team Taylor. He is a source, a mouthpiece. But not only is he saying, he's looking for justice, like the state did during the change of venue hearing. But, if that was the only thing that he came out and made a statement about, well, that'd be one thing. But he's claiming other highly questionable occurrences too.
Okay. Again, like I said, the way that he worded it, of course, there's a bit of what I would call an attitude behind it. And I do believe it's because of the way he was spoken about when Ann put her statement out. I get that part of it. But the rest of it, like Jesse said, it was predetermined. It was already coming. He's been, after the book dropped, this and that, everything else, he started making appointments to have these conversations, these interviews, so on and so forth, because of what he's seeing. So I just, that's how I see it. Again, and it's not the whole, it doesn't make sense thing for me. I think you said it was number 6. Why would Ann jeopardize her job and in her position? I guess you could, is what you said, I think, for lack of remembering it. But that's exactly what I think most of us feel about him. Like, I can't imagine anybody in his professional status coming out, making these things up, okay, knowing damn well and fair well that it can be proven that it's not true. Because at that point, like we said earlier, it's going to shut him completely down. It'll destroy his life. It'll destroy his career, his reputation. Everything about him is just gone at that point. If Ann comes forward and says, no, this is not true, he lied about this, and this. And he's a contractor, basically, okay? He's for hire. So his livelihood depends on other, agencies hiring him or attorneys hiring him on to do what he does. And if they see, which the whole world is seeing this, that he did this, they're all going to back as far away from him as they can and say, we're not going with that guy. He's an idiot. And that would shut him down, completely shut him down. And that just doesn't, I can't imagine anybody doing that. It's like suicide, career suicide. And it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make sense. Yes, is what I was saying. So
I was also told, I haven't done the research myself. I'd like to do the research. I'd encourage Eddie to look into it. But I was told that something similar happened in the West Memphis 3
West
case,
Memphis 3, yes.
Where he was butting heads with the current defense attorneys because he was convinced that those guys were innocent, and he played a role in that. And I think he's got like an ego and a hero complex. There's a lot of reasons why you could dislike the guy, and there's a lot of reasons why you could like the guy. But that I'm just saying, I size people up, I size things up, I make predictions. That's what I do. That's what my job is.
He ended up being right in that aspect.
But I think his plan is he wants to be right about this too. He wants to get in before it happens and be he's got a hero complex. He wants to have his name on. I was on the right side, and that as a motivation for doing what he's doing makes more sense than anything else to me. I just can't think of an alternative motive. I can't see it being money because I don't think there's any money.
He doesn't need any.
You know, what could they possibly afford to pay him? 20 grand, 30 grand, 50, 100 grand. That's probably peanuts to him. And it would end up costing him a lot more.
But right. And even that though, Jesse, that doesn't fit into that box. Like him doing what he's doing, nothing he's doing is going to help the prosecution at all. The state, nothing he's doing is going to help them in any way.
Why would they want to pay him to do this?
Right. I mean, I've looked at that and thought about that. I even talked to my wife about that the other night for a couple hours. I'm like, what do you think? You know? And I wanted her to look at it from a psychological aspect and see what she could come up with. And she was like, it just doesn't fit, hon. It doesn't, one sec.
Yeah. I mean,
it just doesn't fit at all. So that's how I say, like, there's nothing that is going to be gained from the state side of this, from the framing, the scam side of this, the any of it.
I'll be right back. You guys talk amongst yourself.
Go ahead, bud. Go ahead. Take your time. It would all only affect the defensive side to this, in my opinion. Can you show me your face real quick, miss? There you go. You're good, hon. You can turn it off. I trust you. If you don't
turn the camera off.
You can leave it on if you want to. Some people just aren't comfortable.
Not really. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There you go.
I figured it out. Hello, everybody.
Are you are you the Ozzie McGuire?
The Ozzie McGuire?
Is that you?
I'm you. I am you. I am in your I am a mod for you, yes.
Oh, this is Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I didn't know. Okay, welcome, Jess. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
I knew I recognized your voice.
I just had like 2 words to say, and then you guys can continue on with your man talk.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome to be here as long as you want, hon.
Okay. All I want to say is this. I do not hate Ann Taylor. I do not have any hate for that woman whatsoever. But what I am going to say is that I do believe Dr. Turvey, and I do not think that a man with his reputation and credentials of over 30 years who is going to come out here and say what he said and tell us about exculpatory evidence that was never tested. I believe him. He wants to help Bryan, and he made it perfectly clear he will help anybody, any appeal attorney that happens to come his way that wants to help Bryan, the Innocence Project, any of them. He's there, and he will give them all of his findings, everything he has to help Bryan. I do not see Ann out here doing a jack shit. And I would think that if he was lying, he's been on like 3 podcasts now or something like that. I would imagine that if he was lying, we would have heard about that in a heartbeat. But she is radio silent. She has said nothing. Nothing. Because I think some of the truth might hurt. You got a man sitting in prison for what? And she won't let anybody near him. It's just his family. She won't let anybody talk to him. Why not? Why? What's going on, Ann? That nobody's allowed to talk to him. I don't understand. What's your problem? And she has to like vet everybody. And Turvey said, as long as Ann's around, ain't no appeal attorney getting through to Bryan. Period. She either has to go or that's where he's going to be. Because she's not helping him. And the only reason she's still on as his attorney is because of all the civil crap he's on right now. His name's on all that civil, paperwork. That's the only reason she's still on. She's not helping him get out. There's no big plan. Nothing. So somehow an appeal attorney has got to come in. to help this guy, or he's shit out of luck. And he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison.
Would you agree, Jess, that if there was a big plan, all it would take is a call from Bicca to go to Turvey and say, hey, my friend, please stop talking. You're screwing shit up for us. We've got something in the works.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because he's friends with Bicca.
Based on the way he represents it, and based on the way they represent it, it seems like if everybody's telling the truth, that's all that it would require.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, I believe that, and I think that because he has such respect for Bicca Barlow, that should she say something to him, he would be like, oh, gotcha, okay. But I will say I'm very thankful for him coming out and telling us about all this exculpatory evidence that was never tested that could have gotten Bryan out, and what the hell was said to him to make him plea. I mean, I wouldn't want to die either. I'm not even going to lie. If I was put in that position and I thought for sure I was going to be found guilty, because he would have been, I would not want to be sitting in the gallows of death row. No, thank you. I'd rather be in Gen Pop and take my chances. So I get that. I do get that. But it's like the fight just left. It was just done.
She seemed, I've said this a million times now, as we were watching that, you can see it in the last few hearings. I think it started right after the alternate suspects hearing, which at some point I'm going to pull the transcripts and we're going to go through that and read it, because there's no video for that part of it. I think it was a split hearing that day. And then the continuance hearing, all of that, it deflated her even more, I think. And at the end of the day, there's something else I think that happened in there somewhere. Okay, that's just my opinion. I'm probably wrong. I have been wrong many times on this. I just feel like in my mind I have this visual that somebody either contacted her, sent her a letter, email, called her, this and that, and said, look, you're either going to have him take this plea deal or there's going to be serious consequences. I'm not going to say things in detail, but you kind of get my drift of what I'm saying. Now, especially when I found out she had 4 daughters, okay? Considering what
I
this
understand
is
that.
about, that's 100% where my mind went immediately. And I'm not saying that she threw the case on purpose. What I'm saying is it's very plausible, because we did hear there were threats going out to everybody. Bryan, even the Gonsalves were getting threats that they showed to Frodo there. So at that point, you got to wonder, because we've all said, whoever's behind this at the top, it's somebody of importance, and it goes deep and it goes high. Okay, obviously, or none of this would have happened. I question that.
Recuse yourself. Why didn't she recuse herself?
That's my question. That's what Jesse's question was. Yes,
and put Alyssa in charge or something, but be like, you know what? I can't do it. I'm going through way too much shit. You're going to be better at representing Bryan because I've lost my gumbo, whatever. She didn't do anything.
And that, Jesse, is exactly why people like myself and you and other people have said something is not right here, because she's a great attorney, okay? And she was great up until that point. We saw that. And then something happened. And at that point, if you truly believed in your client's innocence, what I would have done, Jesse said this the day that we watched the change of plea hearing and then the sentencing, he was sitting right here, said the same thing. Why didn't you back off? If you don't think you can, we don't know that that's what it is, but if it is what it is,
right.
If we both said the same thing, if we were her, both of us would have said, okay, I can't do this. I feel like he deserves something or he needs something more. I'm going to step back from this. And maybe because there was nobody else, I don't know, but I would have still done that. That's my opinion.
Right. I would have too, because a man's life was on the line. And I'm sorry, but that's more important than what you have going on. You chose that profession. I'm sorry, not to be a bitch, but you chose this profession. Your job is to make sure that this man, it's a fair trial and he doesn't die. Your job is to test every damn thing that you find. Everything.
Right. And the other point, the problem too, is that she had Amy Potts pointed this out. She had the resource judge available to her the whole time.
Yep.
And
what's
never
his name?
went to
Monson or Morrison or something. Yeah. The entire time.
Right. And never went to him.
And he would have helped her.
people question that.
Yep. He would have helped her with anything she needed. That was his job.
Agreed. And like I said, I'm not attacking her. This whole show today is not in let's attack Dr. Turvey or Ann Taylor's show. No. It's about the bombs and stuff that came out, but we are discussing how we feel about these things, and that's part of this. So I just want you guys to understand I didn't set this up for people to be attacked. We're just discussing.
Yeah, no, and like I said, I like Ann Taylor. I don't hate Ann Taylor. I'm not, bashing her and calling her out her name and all this other stuff. Right, I just feel she could have done. I just feel she could have done a better job. I feel that if it was that bad for her, she should have recused herself for the sake of Bryan. And I'm really upset that there's a lot of shit that seems to have not been tested, besides the fact that it didn't belong to Bryan. Well, then let's go to the next step. Who did it belong to? Can we figure that out? It's just like she did nothing.
And we know, we all know the answer to that. She doesn't have to. That's not her job. That's not what she's supposed to do. I get it. But again, in my mind,
but wouldn't you?
My opinion, that's what I'm saying. In my opinion, if you really truly think that your client is innocent and you don't believe he did this, which I believe for sure that at least Bicca does. Okay. I absolutely do believe that. I did.
Me too.
Thank you. So at that point, I would have been, if I'm part of that team, I'd have said, listen, this is how I feel. And I can't imagine that they all agreed on this because of that thing. That's my thing. So the only thing that takes me a different direction is that we all know that this is 100% Bryan's decision, period. No matter what Ann says, it's a decision that Bryan has to make. But she has the ability to counsel him, as it's stated in the book.
Yep.
It's said in the book that she gave him the highs and lows of it, the pros and cons of it, so on and so forth, and this was his choice. Go ahead.
And she trusted him. She trusts him big time. And everybody knows it. It's well known. So if she said, I think it's a good idea, he'd say, okay.
He trusts her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jesse.
Just, Ann issued that very strong statement. And I'm just curious, what is it that Turvey has said specifically, or how could the things that Turvey has said actually hurt Ann's chances of?
Great question.
Hypothetically speaking, if there is a master plan, how does this negatively affect it? Because I'm failing to understand how it negatively.
I don't really think it does. I mean, personally, I don't really think it does. I mean, if there's evidence out there that needs to be tested, get a move on, because she can still do it. She can still put a motion forth and do it.
Well, now
and say, hey, I need this tested.
I will. Let me show you guys something real quick too. Tomboy posted a comment way earlier. I was going to show it, but I started so I can bring it to this point. She did not test the hair. She asked for it to be admitted as evidence. Hippler ordered it, and then 2 days later conditionally denied it. So,
really?
Point, yeah, that. And here's the thing too. This is in documents. Pav went over this part of it, okay? And a lot of what Turvey has spoke on is in documents as well, okay? So we've been able to find that some of the things he's stating is in documents, and that there's documents that we haven't seen too, of course, that we know that exist, unfortunately. Thank you, Jen. So that I just wanted to add that to the tail end of this too. So go ahead, Jesse. I'm sorry. I have to run real quick to check something. I'll be right back. Keep going.
Yeah, I don't know. I just wish that all this stuff would have been tested, and now that I saw that comment, I did not know that. Hippler's just I got nothing nice to say about that man.
That's why I said when Hippler told her no, even though they just dropped a bunch more discovery on you, I'm not granting any more continuance. I thought it might. She should have just threatened to just walk then. Okay, well, now he doesn't have a lawyer. So what are you going to, I mean.
Right. What are you going to do?
You'll get your continuance. I don't think it's legal to force a trial with the defendant when the defendant has to change lawyers. I mean, there would be a continuance.
Right. And he had that's one hell of a team to have for, needing, what do you call it? For needing a public defender. I mean, for Ann to have, Masson and then Bicca Barlow and Cy Ray and Turvey, these are highly qualified people. He didn't get the short end of the stick, that's for sure. He had a kick-ass team. I just
do
wish they
think
would have
Eddie's
kept
right,
going.
though. I mean, the way Hippler was ruling on everything, it was almost futile. Like everything, she was getting shut down at every turn, and it was probably not going to go that well. However,
I agree with that.
As I said before, you set the groundwork for an appeal. You fight, you kick, you scream, and especially in a situation where there's a cover up and there's dirty tactics, I think you need to kick and scream even louder. And I think that's basically what's going on here. Is we all appreciate finally somebody's kicking and screaming, and it's Brent Turvey that's doing the kicking and screaming. Not everybody appreciates that, but a lot of us do. And myself in particular, myself in particular, I appreciate. I think this case requires a lot more kicking and screaming, and the more of it, the better.
And he actually worked the case. He came on in a certain role, and then when he was done with that, his role was expanded to a lot. I mean, he did a lot of the crime scene stuff. He did a lot of it. So it wasn't like he just did one little thing and then was told to leave. He was included in that team. I mean, that was, he did a lot of work.
When you hire an expert like that, that's supposed to be your friend, and you get him involved and emotionally involved and professionally involved, and then you don't even call him to let him know that there's a plea going down, and you don't offer him any explanation, and you basically act as if he's not entitled to an explanation. And then having him speak out, I think you're kind of getting what you asked for there. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, to find out from a friend who texted you. I heard about the plea deal, and he started laughing. And he's like, "What? There's no plea deal. There's absolutely no way that there's a plea deal." And then all of a sudden he said his phone just went off the hook.
He made that statement, that whole thing about there's no way there's a plea deal, based on what he knew about the evidence, knowing that
correct.
There shouldn't be a plea deal, you know what I mean? And that's why he made that whole statement. So yeah. I have to fully agree with that.
And if they want to make a statement that he's not entitled to any information and he's just an employee and they don't need to tell him anything, well then he's just an employee, so he doesn't have to be loyal to them either. He can get on every podcast and throw them under the bus then. If that's the game you want to play. If that's the game, if that's how you want to play it. And
he even said his bags were packed. He was ready to go. He was getting on the plane to go.
That's kind of how I play, right? Is if people are fighting dirty, you got to fight dirtier.
And here's the one thing I want to point out too. Eddie's number one thing, and if I'm wrong, Eddie, please correct me, bud. Was that he broke the non-dissemination order, right? That was
he did not.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second, Jess. Based on what he said, the things that he said was stuff that was already out there. So he really honestly didn't, other than a few things that weren't known. Okay. But here's the thing. Let me ask a question here real quick. If you signed an NDA or NDO, whatever the hell they call those, okay? And it was that you don't talk anything about a case that you're helping out on or something, if you're an expert on a case. And you end up with what I would call pretty definite proof that you know something on this case. Breaking the NDA or NDO, I think, is like the least thing I would be worried about if you're able to bring forth evidence in a case showing this is how this happened. And us working for the defense team, that's kind of what your job is anyway. Welcome, Moto.
Hey, how's it going?
Little. What's happening,
hey,
little
Moto.
one?
Oh my goodness.
She's adorable, beautiful hair.
Oh my! Is that your daughter?
Yes, she didn't.
Kids are up going to school.
Oh my! What time is it there?
Morning.
7 a.m. No,
12-hour difference.
6 a.m.
It's 7 p.m.
Holy
here.
cow! Do you like living over there?
Yeah, there's no other way to do it, as far as I'm concerned.
Good for you.
He's
That's
from
awesome.
He was born and raised, I believe, the same place Moto's from, over there, up north in Canada.
Well, it's a big country, but
Yeah, I think we're on both
Same
different
country.
sides of the country there. We're from different sides of the country.
Meaning they're both from Canada. Sorry.
Yeah. And now you're in Okinawa, is that right?
Thailand.
Thailand. I don't know why I got Okinawa. Well, good for you. Good for
Yes,
you.
she's gorgeous. Jesse.
I'd like to get the hell out of here.
So, yeah, same here.
That's what I said 26 years ago.
Yeah, get me the hell out of here.
Any thoughts to add to that, Moto, before we move forward anymore?
I honestly just jumped in here, Dago. I'm pretty fresh
You
on
didn't
what
hear
you
it?
guys are
Okay.
talking about.
No problem. So that's kind of how I feel about that. If it come down to breaking an NDO or telling some truth to save somebody else's life, put that out there to show that and bring real justice, I'd have done the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would have. If I knew for a fact that this is what I'm looking at here proves that person didn't do it, I would have done the same thing, whether I signed it or not.
Right.
That's how I feel about that part of it. So
I'd like to say that I actually agree with almost all of Eddie's points, and really most of I totally understand where Eddie's coming from. Just a few, I think what seems like a completely different opinion is actually not that different, I don't think. But one of the things that Eddie did say that when somebody says it doesn't make sense, every liar says I can't be lying because that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But it's not Turvey saying it doesn't make sense. It's us saying
all of us.
it doesn't make sense. And at the end of the day, if you're going to make an opinion on what you perceive as fact or fiction or truth or lie, you have to use common sense and you have to weigh the probabilities and use Occam's razor. So you still have to make it make sense. And for me, I have yet to hear anybody make it make sense why Turvey is out here rocking the boat for
not reliable.
What is the ulterior motive? I still haven't gotten any reasonable explanation of that.
Yeah, I see, and I think it's possible.
I haven't either. I don't even know if there is one.
I think it's possible.
I think he's just out here trying to tell the truth.
I agree with that, and I think it's possible to see it both ways. I think you can see it from both sides of the spectrum. With be able to believe in him and still believe in Ann at the same time, because I'm doing it.
Right.
In my mind, I'm doing it. I don't think there has to be sides to it. I don't think there needs to be two separate. No offense to anybody that's doing it, but I don't think there needs to be two separate teams, because in the end of the day, this is probably something that's going to be worked out between the two of them at some point beyond a conversation, and everybody else is still going to be out here going back and forth at them, and they'll be done with it. You know what I mean? So remember that's a possibility too.
Love Gigahertz is saying, when has an expert breaching privacy ever helped a defendant? I guess my answer to that would be the West Memphis 3, and I would encourage you to. I am not 100% up to speed with Turvey's role in that, but Turvey did play a role in that, and as I understand it, it is similar to what he's doing now. But I would welcome if anybody wants to educate me on that. I'm dying to be educated on that.
My understanding with that is
he has gotten a lot of people exonerated.
That report and everything that he put into that, everything he stated ended up being true. Hence how they ended up being, released. So,
he's gotten a lot of people exonerated and a lot of things flipped and turned over. Some, guilty pleas, plea deals, false confessions. He has flipped them over, and these people are free. I mean, and if he can do that for Bryan, let him frickin' talk, man. Let him talk. He hasn't talked about anything that we don't already know. He's just explaining it to us in a way that we can kind of understand it.
And then giving a little bit more, He's shown us how they have done what they've done to hide things. It shows us how they have lied per se, and where they lied, and how they've not done things that could have made a difference here in some aspects. So
I agree.
All in all, I think he's honestly trying to tell us, hey, let's stop looking at every detail at a granular level let's zoom
Yeah.
out
Mhm.
and look at the entire story, because I think
Right.
we get hyper focused on these small little details, and we
Right.
over exacerbate them.
Yes, and yes,
True.
Busy. They did take Alfred pleas based on what the information he provided is why they went with the Alfred pleas. That's why that happened. So either way, it was his doing is how that got to be what it was. So
Yeah,
anyway,
and for him to say that this is a first, he has never in his entire career heard of somebody taking a plea deal without having to give up some sort of factual information so that they
Right.
know for sure they
Right.
have the right guy. He has never heard of this in his entire career until Bryan. And he shook his head. I mean, it makes no sense. They have no factual information to prove that he has done anything.
yeah,
So I don't know. But no, I do not hate Ann Taylor. I like Ann Taylor. I think she did the best that she could for him, but she had a lot more, she had a lot more fire under her belly in Latah. And then once she got to Ada, it was like Hitler just beat the shit out of her.
she started getting burned bad.
Yep.
I agree. That's why I said I think it's a possibility to be able to support and hold on one second, Jesse, to be able to support and are you leaving, Jess? Yeah, he just left. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It must be because he's got to take the kids to school. No problem. Thanks, Jesse. I
Bye,
think it's
Jesse.
possible to support and respect both of them. I think you can do that because I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I mean? Until I'm given a reason not to. And like I said, I want to see, and I have the questions. Why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? And if it did happen, I want to see it. And if it didn't happen for a reason, let's talk about it. You know, and that's all. Like the title that I gave today. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You're the boss. You go ahead.
All I was going to say was the title today is the Bombshells or Dumbells. You know what I mean? Is the information that came out. Are they bombshells or are they just bullshit? Is basically what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to write bullshit in the title, but but that was all I was saying. And Eddie fell out the window too, or he probably can't hear us because somebody else dropped out.
He'll come back.
Excuse me.
He'll come back.
And Moto did too.
Oh, and Moto's
Okay.
gone too.
All right.
Well, goodbye, everybody.
That they'll come back in. Like I said, it's sometimes for whatever reason, StreamYard has been jacked lately, and people leave or come or go. Other people can't hear other people. Sometimes it's weird. So, is that what happened,
okay.
Eddie?
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's what I thought.
we
And
thought
then
so.
Moto probably just had the same problem, so that's why he jumped out.
Oh yeah, there he is. All I was going to say is that Anne has no problem going to speaking events twice, and some of it having it to do with Kohberger, and everybody there had to sign an NDA. Why can't she just come out and make a flippin' statement? We have heard nothing from
I
her.
don't think they're done with the case. They don't want anybody to know what's going on.
That's exactly my point right there, and that's why I think maybe
But the civil side or Bryan?
no. Brian. The civil side could be too, but I think more Bryan. I think that's why I said this could be a part of a larger plan, and that's why she got so upset because what he's doing could upset the balance in turn. Not that he's doing it on purpose, but but again, that goes back to what Jesse said. Have a conversation then and say, hey, we got something in the work here. Don't mess with this. We'll let you know. And that didn't happen. And I know a lot of, some people
Here's a question for everybody. Here's one for everybody. How come we don't know the timeline for Xana and Ethan? How come we don't know where they are?
That's a great question.
Great question.
Okay, so who will know where those two people are? Would the person who did this incident, do you think they would know where Xana and Ethan were that night?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
That's a great question.
So the people who did this deed, do you think they knew where Xana and Ethan were that night of the murder?
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
I think that's a big part of it.
Okay, so if there isn't actually somebody else that's responsible for this, do you think maybe that they'll use that to allocute that person?
I mean, it could be.
Okay, so there's pieces to the puzzle they don't want anybody to put together yet. 4 reasons.
Right.
That's
yeah,
what I
it's
was
like,
saying,
but
yeah.
why? I have a feeling Ethan got back to the house before Xana.
Well, and I said I thought there was something strange. I
think.
did a show on it I thought there was something strange going on with Ethan that night and around him.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, me
we just
too.
can't quite put our finger on it. But yeah, that's a good point, Moto. Honest to God, it is. And for a defense attorney to not do specific things, the things that we're questioning, there, in my opinion, I've always said this about her. Ann doesn't do anything unless she knows what the outcome's going to be. She doesn't say things unless she knows the answer already, in my opinion, based on what I've seen from her until the last few hearings. And then something got weird. Now, is it part of what's going on, or is there something that happened? It's those two to me, in my opinion, as to how I look at it.
Right.
Keep going. I'll be right back. I'm trying to help make dinner because my wife just got home today from her trip 9 days.
Oh, did she? Oh, yay!
Yeah, so I'm back and forth doing both, so just bear with me, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine. You're
I'll
fine.
be right back. I can still hear you guys, but I'm only going to be like 30 seconds, so I'll be right back.
Okay, honey.
So Eddie, what do you think about that?
Ethan and Xana timeline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if the public knew their whereabouts and at what time, it would throw the state's case off timeline-wise.
Sure.
Yeah.
But do you think they're also hiding that critical evidence in case they do bring someone else to trial to
No.
possibly allocute the person?
No.
You don't think so? Okay.
No, the purpose of framing Bryan Kohberger is to ensure that the people who really did it don't go to prison or don't get found out by the public.
That's interesting, and you know what? That's fair. I was listening to Andrew D. Myers and Yoli there this morning. I was half asleep and it was just kind of playing in the background, and they said something that was actually kind of interesting. So I guess when the roommates made the 911 call, because they said it was an unconscious person, I guess the police took it as a medical call. And I guess if you call in something that's medically related, this is what Andrew and Yoli were explaining from the documents. I guess because of that, in Idaho, there's a statute that the person making those, or the people making that call, now have immunity.
Really?
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
They broke that down pretty good. So that.
Huh. Well, that's not right. Damn it.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know. He needs to get the hell out of there. This is ridiculous.
So, do you guys?
What do we do?
You guys
You can't
believe
do anything. If they do in fact both have immunity, there's nothing anybody can do.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Well,
Who are you
I wish
talking
Anne
about?
would let an appeal attorney come in. Even if she
Dylan.
wants to stay on the case, I wish she would just let them come in and start doing what they need to do.
Well, there
get
are
this appeal
two
going.
attorneys there. There's two attorneys there that can work appellate stuff. Massoth and I believe, I know somebody will correct me, but I believe Bicca and Eliza both are appellate attorneys as well.
Okay. Oh yeah, I knew.
Yeah,
Okay, I knew Massoff was. Okay.
I think.
All right.
Don't quote me, but I think. What'd you say, Moto? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
So I was listening to Andrew D. Myers and Yoli there this morning, just kind of in the background while I was half asleep, and they were both going through some documents, and they were kind of explaining because Dylan and Bethany called it in as a person that was unconscious. When the police called, they were apparently they put it down that they were responding to a medical incident. So now that they were responding to a medical incident, now I guess there's some statute in Idaho. If you call in the medical incident by phone to the police as an emergency, now you have immunity to that situation.
We have that here in Minnesota. It's called Stevens Law. And I know that for a fact because when my son was dying in somebody's front yard, it took them 30 minutes because they were hiding drugs and phones, but then they called 911 And because they called 911, the detective said they cannot prosecute anybody that was in the house.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Even though they waited 30 minutes.
That's wild.
And let my son die in their front yard. Yes.
It is insane.
So that's what kind of makes me think Dylan and Bethany, when they were, if either of their parents are lawyers or or one of their family members is a lawyer, maybe that's why they waited to talk to them to get some advice to take it in that direction, right? So
Dylan's stepmother is definitely, she works for a law firm, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Because they should have been charged, for sure.
I think so too. Now that I heard a really clear recording of the interview that Dylan gave, she pretty much admits that she was in Xana's room.
Oh?
I agree. Welcome, Tomboy.
Well, she had to have seen him or seen her for sure.
She was in the bedroom.
Yeah, but what I don't understand again is, and somebody maybe can explain it, but if Hunter actually went into that bedroom to check pulses and all that other good stuff, he would have gotten blood on his shoes.
Not necessarily.
And his hand, because there was blood everywhere.
Now, here's the thing. If there were certain places that didn't have blood. So if you tiptoe around that stuff and touch them to check their pulse in just the right way, it's very possible that he didn't. I was looking at that when we were looking at photos the other night, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how did he come in and do this and that? He very possibly could have, and he didn't go that. I don't think he really, like, went that far in.
He checked Ethan's pulse?
It came out afterwards that he said he did, but then at the beginning it says on Nunez that he didn't. He says on the body cam, I didn't check him, but I'm pretty sure he's dead. Somewhere down the line in one of the interviews, I heard something about that he did check them both. I don't know what's right or wrong, what's true or false. So.
Well, I don't believe he checked Ethan's because he would have had to reach down in the crevice.
Or well, you could have checked he could have checked him on the wrist. But again, I don't think he went over that direction because there was so much going on there. And I don't think he did. I agree with Tomboy because in the very beginning he said he didn't. Then he turned it around later on.
If you're walking into a situation like that, how are you not going to step in anything because you're not going to know what you're stepping into?
Well, I mean, if you look at the floor, you know what blood is blood. You're looking
but
at the floor,
if you're in a hurry running towards those rooms, are you looking at every single drop on the floor and watching where you step?
I agree with that. No. But at that point, one other thing we got to remember. Go ahead, Tomboy.
Can I just say that if you look at the photos of Xana's room, that black and white rug, there ain't a drop of blood on that rug.
Exactly.
On the upside or the bottom side, there ain't no blood.
So if you're going to go in that room, we said this the other night, we were in Discord going through these things, looking at the photos and stuff. There's nothing on that rug. It's very strange that there isn't, but there's not. And that being said, that's how he avoided it. You just step over this, step on the rug, do this, do that, step back out and move. He's got long legs too, so that didn't hurt, I'm sure. You know, that's the only way I can see it. Most of the blood was.
Remember, they made it sound like Xana was on that rug, and she wasn't.
No, she was off next to it, in front of it, or behind it, I guess you could say, off to the side. Shit. Oh, most of the blood on the floor at that period, it had been 9-10 hours at that point, or 8 hours at that point. I'm sorry.
8 hours at least, yeah.
A lot of that blood in that floor had been dried by that point too. Okay, so stepping around and around it is, plus I did see. I pointed it out that Tomboy was in there too. One of the footprints one of those blood splotches on the floor looks like he may have stepped in it. Okay, because he has a pair of the shoes. What are those called, Tomboy? Blazers? Nike Blazers?
Nike Blazers.
Yeah, the bottom foot of the sole on the bottom of that matches what I saw in one of those blood splotches on the floor. It looks just like it. It's a zigzag pattern. And it looks like
he didn't have on Nike Blazers. He had on slides.
Well, then I guess it wasn't him then. But,
yeah. He had slides.
That's true. He was wearing the van slide.
Ran into a tree.
Van slides. And I'm gonna argue with people about.
Are you stuck, honey? Sue, come on.
what Xana was eating? Because you see the Taco Bell packages in there, right? There's
Sorry,
a piece
I'm
of
talking
Taco
while
Bell
I'm.
taco on the floor.
What did you just say? There's what?
Yeah.
There's a piece of Taco Bell taco on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And, well, my only thought with that, I thought about that too, is that if they got Taco Bell on that Saturday morning beforehand at 11 o'clock when they said they were there, could she have maybe had a plate of food left over in her bedroom still from the night before?
She could have,
I don't
yeah.
know.
They weren't the cleanliness of people, except for Kaylee and Maddie. Those two rooms were spotless.
Yeah,
Well,
they were.
I don't know because that taco did not look old.
Well, I mean, it would
Or
have just been
maybe
from
she got some that morning
before.
and then ended up reheating it while waiting for the Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
I don't think there
'Cause
was
she was
Jack in
hungry.
the Box.
Well, that bag, that's what that bag was from.
No.
Was from Jack
Oh,
in
maybe
the Box,
not.
whatever it was. That bag and everything that we saw, that's where that was from, wasn't it?
There's a Taco Bell bag in the bedroom. That what I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. The Jack in the Box means no. I don't. It doesn't mean anything to me because you have yet to provide a receipt for that Jack in the Box, and just her name written on the top of that. That's not how DoorDash does that.
That's true.
I don't know.
You have a receipt on the bag.
I've never had anything. We don't have a Jack's here, so I've never gotten anything from there, or Jack in the Box, whatever it's called. I have no idea.
DoorDash. When DoorDash delivers it to you, you have a receipt.
Come on, Jones.
It's on the bag.
Not always, because I got DoorDash from McDonald's last week, and now that I think about it, I've never gotten my receipt on the bag. It's on. Oh yeah, no, I'm lying to you. It's on the way they do it here with the McDonald's is they'll take the actual bag that the food's in and put it down inside a bigger bag, and then they seal it. So yeah, you're right. The receipt's on the bigger bag inside, or smaller bag inside. So my apologies. Just ignore me.
But that thing on that DoorDash bag it looks like one of those little sticky name tags that you just pull off of a whole package and just somebody wrote her name on it.
I don't know what to think about that.
I found that unusual because I thought that that they don't do that. It just comes on the receipt, that they don't actually they don't like write your name in Sharpie on the bag. Unless I'm wrong, because I don't DoorDash often. Okay.
I've never seen it done.
I'm not
like
a DoorDasher, so I don't know.
Well, and the name of whoever orders it is on the receipt. It's not written in big black marker.
Okay. So yeah. So who the hell did that? I don't know. All I know is this shit was planned the hell out. Like, meticulously. This shit was planned out. They knew what they were doing. They went in, did what they did, and got the hell out. And it sure as hell was not Bryan from frickin' Washington.
I've said for the longest time, who better to clean up a crime scene than crime fighters?
Crime fighters, yeah.
The same things.
I know, and like the guilters are like, well, they didn't do a good job cleaning if they didn't clean the bedrooms. And I'm like, could you imagine trying to clean the bedrooms, you idiots? They just cleaned up little shit like the hallway. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's never made sense to me.
Neither.
Nothing does.
No, this case kills me. I'm telling you. I think about it every single day. And I really want to write the Kohbergers a letter.
Yeah, go for it.
They don't have to write back. They don't have to write me back. They don't, nothing.
So what in the
I just have to find their address.
What'd you say, Moto?
I said, what in this case does make sense?
God, I wish I knew.
That
Honestly,
Bryan Kohberger took a plea.
that's it. Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense either. No,
Well,
it
That doesn't
doesn't
make
make
that's
sense.
sense,
the
but
only
yeah.
truth in this case.
The
is
date that they
that.
were killed on, and that
Yeah.
they were killed in the house. That's the only thing that makes it's true to me.
Right.
Can I ask you guys a couple questions here real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Maybe.
remember Bethany and Bethany and Dylan's story of that stalker. It was they came to the house.
Yeah.
They came to the house. The door was open. It happened a month ago. They armed themselves with golf clubs. They ran upstairs. If you
Right.
take the part of it that it happened a month ago away, what are you left with? You're left with a door that's open, which was open that day.
Yeah.
You're left
Same
with
thing.
You're left with exactly. You're left with the exact same thing.
Absolutely.
And all that stuff
Quite
that
interesting.
Dylan said she had, it was all left in that spare room downstairs. There is an extra shoe that, looks fairly similar to whatever's in that room upstairs. There's the golf bag with missing golf clubs. Dylan's green jacket that has blood all over it. There was black clothes in that closet. You name it, everything that Dylan described was in that spare room.
Yeah, all shoved down in a box, right? Is that right?
Yeah. Well, there was some of the
Eddie,
stuff
what do you
out.
think?
It was on a shelf.
Yeah, she was on the top.
What do you
shelf.
think, Eddie, about this mess? Not necessarily about Anne or Turvey, but just about
The other stuff.
oh, the other stuff, like the jacket and the the this and the that and things that they found and destroyed, so Anne couldn't test it. And I don't know.
I
mean,
guess
do you have any thoughts?
I would ask the panel and, well, everyone in general, do you think that
Yeah.
the state has allowed to exist evidence, physical evidence that would lead to the real perpetrators for Anne to find?
I think it's pretty blatant that they have.
Is that what I'm understanding? Is that what people think?
It's
in
pretty
other words, let me
blatant.
complete my thought. In other words, if only Anne had tested it, then the case would be solved. That's what I'm having difficulty understanding. Is that what people?
I don't think it's to that extent, but I think
would say not necessarily.
I think people believe it may have
Not
helped,
necessarily.
possibly helped it a little bit more, maybe.
Well, here's the question.
Yeah, to be like,
they sprayed that green jacket with a chemical that doesn't allow them to test blood before the defense could actually get the items.
Yeah, it was done on purpose.
and there was blood on there. Come on, Jasper. Be a good boy. Come on. Jasper, you're going to go in the house. Come on.
Then I misunderstood Jesse Schul the other day. It was, these panels get so busy, it's hard to, interject in that moment, and the conversation just trails off into, a myriad of different things, and it just
that's true.
Becomes it's hard to get there. But
what do you think you misunderstood?
I think he said,
I gotta jump down. I'm going in the house.
Okay, thank you.
We'll come back up.
I don't know what he. Rather than speculate, this is a conversation that I'll have on a different day. What I'll do is try my best to find that moment and what he said. So let's just do it that way. It's probably best.
Okay, that's fine.
It's along the lines of what I just asked, though.
No problem. No problem.
Which is that, do people think that the state is going to leave behind real evidence for the crime to be solved?
I don't think he thinks that either. That's my opinion. I'm not going to speak for him, but that's my thought. I know I don't. I think my opinion is if some of those things were done, it may have helped it a little bit more, maybe given it a different direction possibly. That's just my thought and my opinion on that personally. But for him, I can't tell. Like I said, that's a good point. We can just ask him another day.
Right.
Yeah, because I'm really confused on that point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Eddie, you are
I don't
very
know.
smart
I'm
and you have
pretty
great
sure that-
questions
I'm pretty sure,
and great
honestly,
thoughts.
they did leave stuff just blatantly there that could actually, help find the real perpetrator. But it's just the jacket gets,
Like seek
they
and
use that
find.
blue star stuff on that jacket before the defense could actually get it processed and analyzed at a lab.
right. Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah. Well,
is that by mistake? Did they just accidentally do that?
Probably not.
obviously,
I
no.
don't know.
They left the bed frame in the damn house they were getting ready to tear down until somebody said something. I mean, those things are done on purpose.
Do you remember when Anne requested all that shit back from Dylan? The jacket, the blanket, the whole the desk.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was her dad or her stepdad that said that the table wouldn't fit in the car, so
he broke it into pieces. That was her dad. Yeah.
Into pieces. Like, you moron.
Yes, those are big problems. I think.
I mean, and then just dropped it off to Anne. Like, here's your soaked jacket, your broken end table, and good luck to you.
That's it's
yeah.
Yeah. That was
you guys,
bad.
Let me see. Any last thoughts? I'll start with Eddie. Any last thoughts, Eddie, before we get out of here tonight on anything? We're gonna do this again tomorrow earlier.
Okay.
In a different going a different direction. But any last thoughts on tonight's show at all, Eddie? At all?
No last thoughts. Thank you, Dave, as always.
Yeah, of course. Moto, any last thoughts for you, my friend?
Again, Dago, I have lots of thoughts. I mean,
I know.
If they're correct or not, I don't know, but it is what it is.
We could talk for days.
Hold on to them, and we can break them down. I know you were busy today, and I appreciate you jumping on here when you did, though. Thank you very much, as always. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And of course, Miss Jessie, any last thoughts for you? I appreciate you joining us for the first time up here tonight. It was awesome.
I've never been on panel a day in my life.
But you did awesome.
I'm good. I'm just out walking the dogs.
You did awesome,
So,
and now that you've done it, you have to do it more often.
Yeah, I feel more comfortable now. I was kind of iffy about coming up, but I was like, I'll go.
I've been the channel that
Why
many
not?
people have done that on. It's amazing. So, I appreciate all you guys,
Well,
and
you're
of
a
course,
good guy.
Jesse. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jesse Schultz. Thank you as well. And again, I will be here at a normal time tomorrow. Like I said, my wife came home today, and I got wrapped up in the mix of that, this and that. So I was a little bit later. But I will be going live Crimes After Dark with.
So you're saying you're not going to starve anymore? Is that it?
No, I will not be starving. That's a fact. I did all right. I can cook too, but I'd rather eat her food than mine. I'll just put it that way. So yes.
Home.
Yes. Well, thank you guys very much. All of you, as always, Eddie, Jesse, Moto, Jesse, Shul as well. I will. Like I said, guys, I will be joining Crimes After Dark with Devil's Advocates here in just a short period of time. And for those of you that'll be there, I will see you all very soon. Thank you guys so very much. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. Don't change a thing. You truly are the beautiful people, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Take care.
The coffee's cold, the final stain. We laid the map out in the pouring rain. No hidden to creep. The dark truth woke while the city was asleep. The evidence lines up straight and true, a perfect picture